quality data is at the heart of running a successful PMO, from planning and decision-making to project delivery and good governance. If you're a Clarity user, you know there are already ways to control certain aspects of data entry, some via blueprint rules and others via customized lookups and attributes. However, in version 16.3.1, Broadcom has now introduced a new feature which will allow you to enforce data entry on a set of attributes based on updates to another attribute. It's called the Conditional Required Modal and can be set up via object blueprints. In this video, I'm going to take you through how to set up this feature, and I'll also take a look at our completed rule in action. Now, before we start to configure this rule, we'll need to identify which Clarity attributes will be used as part of our rule. In this instance, we'll go ahead and select attributes from the project object. Now, the first one we will select is the project type field. As you can see here, this is a lookup-based attribute, and this will be our primary field that will control the rule. The second attribute is business unit priority. This is the one that will appear in the modal that pops up as part of our rule. Because our attributes are on the project object, we'll create our rule on one of our project blueprints. So let's go to the Modern UX, and we're going to navigate to Administration Blueprints. We'll go ahead and select our blueprint called Project Hybrid Agile. Let's head over to the Rules tab, and we'll click on Edit so that our blueprint is now in an editable state. From here, we'll click on New Rule. Let's give our rule a name, so something that makes sense. And we'll also give it a description. So this rule is going to enforce that the business unit priority field is populated whenever the project type attribute is amended. Okay, so we also then need to select our target object. So in this case, we will select project object, as we know this is the object which contains the attributes we wish to use in our rule. Moving down to rule type, this is where we can select the Conditional Required Modal feature. Once we've selected the rule type, we'll then see that the target attribute section is displayed. Let's go ahead and select project type as our target. And from there, we want to say that if our project type is equal to major project, then go ahead and perform a specific action. Okay, now here you'll see that we need to click on Next in order to configure the modal that will pop up. Let's add a modal title. Choose something that makes sense for the pop-up window. And then we also need to add a description. This will give the end user some guidance on how to complete the required detail. So in our description, let's enter a business unit priority. You can then drag and drop fields from the left-hand side onto the modal page. Let's bring across our business unit priority. You can bring across multiple attributes if that's what you need. In this case, we'll just stick with the one. Now that we're done, we can click on Create. Now that our rule has been set up, we just need to publish our blueprint. Okay, now let's navigate to a project and test out our rule. So I'm going to jump into the AI-powered operations project because I can see that it is attached to my blueprint where I've created my rule. Let's drill down into the project record so that we can see each of the attributes associated with our rule. Right now, the project type is set to major project and business unit priority is blank. I'm going to update the project type and change the value to small project. Now, because our rule is only ever going to trigger when the project type is set to major, we're not going to see our pop-up window right now. However, if we now update the project type to major project, we'll see our conditional modal is displayed and we're prompted to enter a business unit priority. Let's go ahead and select a value for business unit priority and then click on Save. Our business unit priority value is now populated on the project record. And that's it. We've now seen our new rule in action. We've updated our project type and the system has ensured that we have updated any relevant data associated with that rule. Just a few points to take note of if you wish to set up your own conditional required modals. If you have business rules in place that are already updating attributes, then these updates will take place before the conditional required modal pops up. So make sure you're undertaking a full analysis of your requirements and the exact updates that need to take place. Also, if you have attributes that are read-only because of business rules, then these fields will actually be editable within the conditional modal. However, if the attribute is not able to be edited due to field level security, the user will receive a permission error. And one final tip, if you have multiple rules set up for the same target attribute, Clarity will actually merge these into one pop-up view. So quite a handy feature to see these updates automatically streamlined by the system. And that's it. I hope you now have enough information to go ahead and create your own conditional required modals and can enjoy the benefits of enhanced data capture.